Hello people, my name is Khadija Dosso. I am the CEO and founder of Dosso Beauty, and I'm going to show you how to highlight and contour with me with Dosso Beauty's Creamy Concealer today. So, the colors that I usually use for my highlight and contour is our CC38 for my light finish, CC44 for a closer complexion concealer, and then for my contour, I go in with CC46. So, we're gonna start off real quick. I've already done my face. We already recorded me doing my face without the audio, so this is just the extraness. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is go in with my lightest color, which would be CC38, and I'm gonna get some under eye effect here going. So I really like to start directly under my eyelid, and I go do brush down on both sides. That way it covers my bag since I'm usually super duper busy and I'm trying to get out of the door and get my makeup done as quickly as possible. So we got it here. And then I'm gonna hit my T-zones as well too. So that's my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, from side to side, right in the middle. So here we have it. This is the lightest color. And again, this is CC38. Now, I'm going to come back in with our CC44, and I'm going to get underneath there. So, sitting right on top of my cheekbones, I want to make sure that it's here. And now, I am going to blend it out. So, I got my brush. I'm going to brush down and up. So, you'll see. Definitely always want to go up so that your skin is snatched, so that you look youthful. So again, down and up, kind of like the J motion. That's how I kind of explain it. Down and up. Other side, down and up. And my favorite thing about the Dosso Beauty Creamy Concealers is that it's so buildable. Like I mentioned to y'all before, my face was already done. I'm redoing it again, just adding some more. And as I'm patting in my concealer, it's just really buildable. It doesn't feel like it's cakey. It doesn't feel like I have too much makeup on. Like, it's super light and creamy. Like, that's why it's called the Creamy Concealer, because when we first started, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so creamy. I'm not a fan when concealers are usually like very watered down and just not skin-like, you know? We gotta make sure that our skin feels like skin when we got makeup on it. All right, so I'm doing my forehead. Boom. 30-40 seconds and my highlight is done. Next thing we're gonna go in is with our contour color. Again, my contour color is CC46. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go right directly below my jawline and make like a really slight J on both sides. Okay. Outside of just making the J, I'm also gonna go like 1/4 of an inch from my eyebrow and come down the side of my nose, the bridge of my nose. And then also, we're gonna hit a couple forehead licks. So boom, there we go. So now we're snatching my cheekbones. They're already high, thank God. But this will make them even more snatched, okay? So now I'm gonna come back in with my beauty blender and I'm gonna pat that makeup in. I'm gonna pat the contour in and I'm gonna pat it down. So I don't wanna disturb my highlight. All right, patting in. Cool. Now, I have a quick trick for when you feel like you've added too much contour. I just don't want day. That's cool. Let me look. Alright, so my trick to when I feel like I put too much contour on my face is to go back in and add my concealer. So I'm gonna go, after I'm done my nose, I'm gonna go back in with the closest concealer that's closest to my skin tone. And I'm gonna make sure that I go above and below where my contour line was. So as you can see on my cheek, it's like on the ball of my cheek, which usually is where blush goes, but I don't want, you know, that to happen. So we're gonna go back in with CC44. And I'm gonna add a little bit on my cheek, to the dot, and then get a nice little line underneath my contour line to make sure that it's perfect. There we go. Come back in with my brush, and now I'm gonna brush up, and also make sure I get around my mouth. Alright, cool. Now, y'all, I done wiped away half of my contour, so we're gonna go back in. I don't need to reapply more product, but I can go back in and blend it out and blend it down with my beauty blender. It's the power of makeup. Blend it out, buff it out, and it's just like nothing ain't happened. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Buff it out. Alright, make sure my forehead is together. Alright, last trick, right? I always put a little bit of concealer on my chin. There we go. Just a little dot, that's all you need. And the one that I just put on my chin was CC44. This is the one that's closest to my skin type, my skin color. And boom, there you have it. I highlight and contour with Dosso Beauty Creamy Concealers. Once again, I used CC38 for my lightest color, CC44 for the color that was closest to my skin tone, and then boom, CC46 for my contour. Yeah.